You keep asking the same quiet question. Why do I work so hard, yet the market keeps taking from me? Why do others seem calm while I feel tense every time I press a button? Why do I study, watch, learn, and still repeat the same mistakes? The truth is painful, not because the market is evil, not because you are unlucky, but because the market does not reward effort. It rewards alignment, and alignment does not start on the screen. It starts inside you. Most people think the only way to beat the market is to find something special, a secret, a pattern, a shortcut. But the real way to win is much simpler and much harder. You must become the kind of person the market cannot shake, because the market does not fight your skill. It fights your emotions. It waits for your fear. It waits for your impatience. It waits for your hope. It waits for your anger. And when those rise, it takes your money quietly. Winning is not about seeing more. Winning is about reacting less. You do not lose because you are blind. You lose because you are human. You feel, you want, you rush, you doubt, you chase, you escape pain, you run toward comfort, and the market uses that against you. The only way to beat the market is to stop trying to beat it. You must learn to follow it, but not with your eyes. With your discipline, with your patience, with your silence. Most traders talk too much inside their head. Every candle becomes a story. Every move becomes a promise. Every pause becomes a threat. Your mind creates drama where there is only motion. You do not trade price, you trade meaning. And most of that meaning is false. The first step to winning is to accept one truth. You are not here to predict. You are here to respond. Prediction feeds ego. Response feeds survival. Prediction wants to be right. Response wants to be consistent. Consistency is what pays. Not brilliance, not confidence, not excitement. Consistency. To beat the market, you must stop looking for comfort inside it. Comfort makes you early. Comfort makes you late. Comfort makes you hold losses. Comfort makes you cut wins. Comfort feels good, but comfort destroys accounts. The market rewards discomfort. Waiting, missing moves, sitting out, doing nothing, closing when you want to hope, not entering when you want to jump. The winner is not the one who trades most. The winner is the one who waits best. You must understand something. The market will never respect your needs. It does not care that you are down. It does not care that you want to recover. It does not care that you are tired. It only responds to behavior. If your behavior is emotional, it will feed on you. If your behavior is calm, it will leave you alone. The only way to beat the market is to become boring. Boring is powerful. Boring waits. Boring follows rules. Boring repeats simple actions. Boring does not chase. Boring does not panic. Boring does not celebrate. Boring does not cry. Boring just executes. You think winning feels exciting? It does not. Winning feels quiet. It feels like control. It feels like not needing to prove anything. It feels like letting go. Every time you feel a strong emotion while trading, you are already losing. Even if the trade wins, because that emotion will return later and take more than it gave. You must train yourself to feel almost nothing. Not because you are cold, but because you are focused. Focus is not tension. Focus is calm attention. Now listen carefully. The market is not random, but your mind is. Your mind jumps. Your mind assumes. Your mind connects dots that are not connected. Your mind wants certainty. The market offers probability. Probability requires patience, and patience requires humility. You must accept that you will never control the outcome. You only control your behavior. That is the only edge you will ever have. Your rules, your timing, your restraint, your discipline, everything else is noise. When you stop trying to win every move, you start winning over time. When you stop trying to recover losses quickly, you start protecting your future. When you stop trying to prove you are smart, you start becoming effective. The only way to beat the market is to stop fighting it emotionally. You must trade like a quiet observer. You watch, you wait, you act, you step away. No attachment, no revenge, no hope, no fear, just process, just repetition, just patience. You will lose trades. That is not failure. Failure is breaking your own rules. Failure is changing your behavior because of pain. Pain is temporary. Bad habits are permanent. You must choose which one you want. The market does not defeat people. People defeat themselves inside the market. You do not need more information. You need more control. You do not need more confidence. You need more patience. You do not need more wins. You need fewer mistakes, and mistakes come from emotion. Emotion comes from attachment. Attachment comes from ego. Ego wants to feel important. The market does not reward importance. It rewards discipline. Every winning trader you admire has one thing in common. They learned how to sit still. They learned how to accept boredom. They learned how to let the market pass. They learned how to wait without pain. They learned how to lose without anger. They learned how to win without pride. That is the real training, not screens, not charts, not videos, but behavior. You must train your behavior like an athlete trains their body. Small repetitions, daily discipline, quiet consistency, no shortcuts, no magic, no fantasy, just growth. When you enter a trade, you should already be at peace with any result. If you are not, you are already wrong, because peace means acceptance, and acceptance means control. Control is not power. Control is clarity. You know what you will do. You know when you will stop. You know when you will walk away. You are not asking the market for permission. You are following your own system of behavior. That is strength. Most traders do not lose because of the market. They lose because they break their own promises. Promises to wait, promises to stop, promises to be patient, promises to protect. You must become someone who keeps promises to themselves. That is how you beat the market. Not with speed, not with excitement, but with integrity. Integrity is doing what you said you would do, even when no one is watching, even when the screen is tempting, even when your heart is loud, even when the move looks perfect, even when you feel like you will miss out. Missing out is not painful. Losing control is painful. The only way to beat the market is to become stronger than your impulses, stronger than your fear, stronger than your desire, stronger than your need to be right. You are not here to be right. You are here to be consistent. You are not here to impress. You are here to survive and grow. You are not here to rush. You are here to wait. You must stop asking, how can I win today? And start asking, how can I protect my future today? That shift changes everything, because the trader who protects always outlives the trader who attacks. The trader who waits always outlasts the trader who chases. The trader who controls themselves always defeats the trader who tries to control the market. This is the truth nobody wants to hear. The only way to beat the market is to beat the version of you that the market is feeding on. And that version is emotional. That version is impatient. That version is hopeful. That version is afraid. That version is desperate. That version must be trained, not hated, not judged, but disciplined. You do not kill your emotions. You lead them. You do not escape your fear. You teach it to stand behind you. You do not destroy your desire. You give it boundaries. You become the calm center, the quiet decision maker, the observer, the executor. This is where winning begins, not on the screen, not in the numbers, but in the mind that touches the screen. The market will always be there. But the question is, will you be ready when it finally respects you? Because the market only respects those who respect themselves enough to wait, with waiting when you want to act, with letting a move go when it does not match your rules, with sitting in silence while others chase noise. Because every time you choose discipline over impulse, you are quietly winning, not on the screen, inside. And that inside victory is the only one that lasts. The market does not reward people who are hungry. It rewards people who are patient. Hunger makes you reach. Patience makes you receive. Most traders reach, very few receive. You must understand that the market is not something to conquer. It is something to respect. When you respect it, you stop demanding from it. You stop asking it to pay you today. You stop forcing it to prove you right. You allow it to show you when to act. This changes your posture. You no longer lean forward emotionally. You sit back mentally. You observe. You wait. You select. Selection is power. Chasing is weakness. You are not here to catch every move. You are here to catch the right moments. Missing moves is not a problem. Taking bad ones is. The market will always offer opportunities, but it only rewards those who can ignore most of them. That is the discipline nobody talks about. Ignoring excitement, ignoring fear, ignoring noise, ignoring pressure, ignoring ego. You must learn to ignore without becoming careless. Ignore with awareness. Ignore with purpose. Ignore with confidence in your rules. Rules are not there to limit you. They are there to protect you from yourself. Because you are your own biggest enemy in this journey, not the market, not other traders, not news, not movement. You, your reactions, your impatience, your desire, your fear. When you master those, the market becomes simple. not easy. But simple does not mean predictable. Simple means clear. You know what you will do. You know when you will do it. You know when you will stop. Clarity removes stress. Stress creates mistakes. Mistakes create losses. Losses create emotional decisions. Emotional decisions create cycles. You are here to break that cycle, not by force, by awareness. Every time you feel pressure to trade, ask yourself why. Every time you feel fear to exit, ask yourself why. Every time you feel excitement to enter, ask yourself why. Those answers teach you more than any chart ever will, because the real pattern you must learn is your own behavior. The market is just a mirror. It shows you who you are under pressure, and pressure reveals truth. If you panic, you are not ready. If you rush, you are not ready. If you chase, you are not ready. Readiness is calm. Readiness is acceptance. Readiness is discipline. You do not prepare to win. You prepare to behave correctly. Winning follows. You must stop measuring success by money alone. Money is a result, not a foundation. The foundation is behavior. If your behavior is stable, money will come. If your behavior is unstable, money will leave. Always. No exceptions. The market has no mercy for emotional systems. It has deep respect for disciplined ones. That is why two people can see the same move and have different outcomes. One reacts, one responds. Reaction is emotional. Response is controlled. You must become a responder, not a reactor. Responders are quiet. Reactors are loud. The market does not reward loudness. It rewards timing. Timing comes from patience. Patience comes from trust. Trust comes from repetition. Repetition comes from commitment. Commitment comes from identity. You must stop seeing yourself as someone trying to win. You must start seeing yourself as someone who executes well. Identity shapes behavior. If you identify as a disciplined trader, you will act like one. If you identify as a desperate trader, you will behave like one. Choose your identity, because the market will treat you based on how you treat yourself. You cannot hide from it. It sees every emotional move. It sees every rushed decision. It sees every broken rule, and it collects quietly. The only way to beat the market is to remove what it feeds on. And it feeds on emotion. It feeds on impatience. It feeds on ego. It feeds on fear. Starve those, and the market loses its power over you. When you starve them, you feel different. You stop needing every trade. You stop needing every move. You stop needing to be right. You start needing to be consistent. Consistency feels boring, but boring builds wealth. Boring builds peace. Boring builds longevity. You are not here for excitement. You are here for freedom. Freedom comes from control. Control comes from discipline. Discipline comes from awareness. Awareness comes from honesty. Honesty about your weaknesses. Honesty about your mistakes. Honesty about your emotions. You do not hide from them. You train them. You guide them. You lead them. That is maturity. That is growth. That is winning. The market does not reward intelligence. It rewards emotional maturity. Many smart people fail. Many calm people succeed, because calm people can wait. And waiting is the highest skill in trading. Waiting is not doing nothing. Waiting is preparing. Waiting is observing. Waiting is choosing not to lose. You must learn to love waiting. Love silence. Love stillness. Love patience. Because patience is what turns opportunity into income. Without patience, opportunity becomes loss. With patience, even small opportunities become powerful. You do not need many wins. You need controlled ones. You do not need big moves. You need clean decisions. Clean decisions come from a clean mind. A clean mind is not noisy. It is focused. It is present. It is patient. That is the only way to beat the market. Not by being faster, not by being smarter, but by being calmer. Calm is the real edge. Calm is the real advantage. Calm is the real weapon. And when you finally understand that, you stop trying to fight the market. You start flowing with it. And when that happens, the market stops feeling like an enemy and starts feeling like a partner that only works with those who respect themselves enough to wait. Because waiting is respect. Respect for your rules. Respect for your future. Respect for the simple truth that not every moment is meant for you. And once you accept that, the market begins to feel different. It no longer feels like a battlefield. It feels like a test of character. Every moment asks you one question. Can you remain who you decided to be? Or will you become who your emotions want you to be? That question repeats every day, and every answer shapes your results. You must understand something very important. The market is not trying to make you rich. It is trying to expose who you are. If you are impatient, it will show you. If you are greedy, it will show you. If you are fearful, it will show you. If you are disciplined, it will show you. The screen does not lie. It reflects, and reflection is uncomfortable because it removes excuses. You cannot hide behind systems. You cannot hide behind tools. You cannot hide behind opinions. Your behavior is always visible, and that behavior is what the market pays or punishes. The moment you accept full responsibility, something changes. You stop feeling like a victim. You stop feeling unlucky. You stop feeling cursed. You start feeling in control, not of the market, but of yourself. And that is real power. Power is not predicting the next move. Power is knowing you will not break when the next move comes. Power is knowing you will wait when you should wait. Power is knowing you will stop when you should stop. Power is knowing you will not chase what is not yours. That confidence does not come from wins. It comes from discipline kept under pressure. Every time you keep a rule when it hurts, you grow. Every time you walk away when you want to act, you grow. Every time you accept a loss without revenge, you grow. Growth is quiet, but it is permanent. You must stop thinking in days. Stop thinking in weeks. Start thinking in years. The market rewards those who think in years. Those who can protect today to win tomorrow. Those who can lose small to survive long. Those who can stay calm while others rush. You do not need to be special. You need to be stable. Stability beats talent. Stability beats intelligence. Stability beats excitement, because stability allows you to stay in the game. And staying in the game is the only way to win. Most people lose not because they are bad. They lose because they do not last. They burn emotionally. They burn financially. They burn mentally, and they walk away. Not because the market defeated them, but because they never learned how to protect themselves from themselves. You are learning that now, and that already puts you ahead. Not because you know more, but because you are listening differently. You are no longer listening for secrets. You are listening for truth. And the truth is simple. The only way to beat the market is to become someone the market cannot emotionally manipulate. Someone who does not rush. Someone who does not chase. Someone who does not beg. Someone who does not revenge. Someone who does not hope blindly. Someone who does not fear deeply. Someone who respects time. Someone who respects silence. Someone who respects process. You do not need motivation. You need identity. You must see yourself as a disciplined trader, even before your results show it, because identity comes before outcome. You act according to who you believe you are. So believe you are patient, believe you are calm, believe you are controlled, and slowly your behavior will follow. Do not try to force confidence. Let confidence be built by repetition. Do the right thing again and again and again until it becomes natural. Until discipline feels normal, until patience feels comfortable, until waiting feels powerful. At that point, you will notice something. You are no longer afraid of the market. You respect it, and respect removes fear. Fear comes from not understanding yourself. Once you understand yourself, fear loses its grip. You stop needing to prove anything. You stop needing to recover quickly. You stop needing to impress. You only need to execute, and execution becomes peaceful. Peaceful trading is powerful trading because peace allows clarity, and clarity allows precision, and precision allows consistency, and consistency builds results. This is the path, not fast, not exciting, but real, and real always wins in the end. You will still lose trades, but they will not break you. You will still miss moves, but they will not haunt you. You will still face pressure, but it will not control you, because you have learned the only way to beat the market, not by outsmarting it, not by outworking it, but by outgrowing the version of yourself it was feeding on. And when that happens, you do not feel like a fighter anymore. You feel like a professional, calm, focused, quiet, ready. You do not chase the market. You wait for it. You do not argue with it. You listen to it. You do not beg it. You respect it. And in return, it finally respects you, not by giving you everything at once, but by allowing you to stay, to grow, to build, to survive, to win over time. That is the only way. There is no shortcut. There is no secret, there is no magic, only discipline, only patience, only control, only consistency, only growth. And if you can commit to that, then the market will no longer be the place where you lose. It will become the place where you finally learn who you really are and who you are capable of becoming.